It's Television A7. Let's jump right into it. Wesley Flower, the adopted daughter of Stephen Boss, aka Twitch, she is going online defending her mom after she received backlash for saying that Twitch was allegedly addicted to drugs. Now, Allison Holker, she's on a press tour promoting her memoir, and that's where all of this kind of started. So here is what Allison had to say.
We were cleaning out the closet and picking out an outfit for him for the funeral. And it was a really triggering moment for me because there was a lot of things I discovered in our closet that I did not know existed. And it was very alarming to me to learn that there was so much happening that I had no clue. So it was a really scary moment in my life to figure that out. But it also helped me process that he was going through so much. And he was hiding so much, and there must have been a lot of shame in that. And he was wrestling with a lot inside himself, and he was trying to self-medicate and cope with all those feelings because he didn't want to put it on anyone. Because he loved everyone so much. He didn't want other people to take on his pain. But it was very alarming and scary to find those things and have never known. A moment I was with one of my
All right, so that's what kind of set this whole thing out. Then we had some of Twitch's family members come and speak out about it. Apparently, Allison also had the family sign NDAs before going to the funeral, which is just that's crazy in and of itself. But here is what um, Wesley had to say, who is the adopted daughter.
Grown up with. And to see them now act different for social media, it's like, I don't know. And I'm trying to be respectful, but I just think it's complicated because I speak to Steven's moms. Like my mom and her were speaking weekly at some point. And I don't know if it's still like that. Like me and my mom haven't talked about it, but since Steven died, I feel like I've seen his family more than when he was alive. We would only see them once or twice a year, but you guys have to understand that it's because they live in another state. Like, and things happen. Like we literally live in another state, and it's not like we're neighbors. It's not like we could just see them whenever we wanted. And now, like, my mom's constantly making the effort so that the kids are a part of, or not the kids are a part of their, wait, I was about to mess up my words. So the kids are a part of their lives. And my mom's, these are, but that's just how I am. I feel disrespected by them, so I'm not going to talk to them. There were points where, like, the brothers would reach out to me, like my uncles and Connie, they'd be texting me, but I don't talk to them anymore. I feel completely disrespected. They've gone on social media saying that blood's thicker than whatever, and that's a direct dig at me and my mom. And if you don't see me as Steven's daughter, that's cool. That's, like, take it how you want. That I know for a fact that's never how he saw it, and it's literally just hurtful. Effort. I don't make y'all love.
All right, so now she's gonna go on to address why her mom asked everyone to sign NDAs while viewing Twitch's body.
Love to argue about the NDAs. Basically, not backstory, because, like, that's what the whole story is, but in one day, we had an open casket, like, viewing for Steven. We had a funeral, and then we had a wake. And my mom asked for NDAs to be signed when we were seeing Steven's body. Because God forbid somebody that went to that took a photo of Steven and put it on the internet, or, you know, shared it with somebody else. That's the type of things that NDAs are for. It's not so you can never talk about Steven. You can't ever talk about, you know, you grieving him. You can't post about it. That's not what it is. And for all the people saying it, I just feel like you're uneducated. I'm sorry, but, like, truly, I'm fed up because NDAs are so important. And if you guys don't agree, that's cool. I'm grateful for my mom making sure that everybody signed NDAs. Y'all love to. That whole day was supposed to be beautiful, and instead it was less than that. Like, we were gonna say our goodbyes, and instead people were yelling at each other and bashing my mom, and, like, that's a day that's taken away from her, and she can't remember it as being the day that we all wanted it to be because his family was making it otherwise. And like when I say that this day, like it's imprinted onto my brain. Like one, because I had to say goodbye to the person that I loved and valued, but then on top of that, I'm having to deal with seeing my mom go through so much. Like it's a different type of hurt because these are people that we're supposed to love and value, and yet they're constantly doing things that make me see them as like less. Like they're the ones impacting that image, and but they're also the ones taking onto social media. So I just don't get it because my that whole day, I don't know where it started, but I'm constantly getting comments being like, your mom didn't let Connie see the body for 3 weeks and something like that. But it's like everybody who wanted to see the body had access to that information. My mom didn't want to. My mom, she stayed out of that. My mom didn't want anything to do because that's a traumatizing thing. And so somebody else had that information to go and see Steven's body from after he died until he was like, like they fixed up how he looked and stuff. But until that point, I remember like conversations being had of like Connie asking about it, but then everybody, literally everybody, being like advising against it because that's like that's your son, you might not want to go see him. But with that all being said, she could have completely on her own terms gone and seen him. My mom wasn't withholding information. I don't know where it started. My mom never said that Steven was an addict. Let me say that. Never said that he was an addict. But if y'all want to take a headline for a news article and turn that into being the thing that you're paying attention to most, that's literally on you, right? But in our house, how he ran things, like I'm his kid. He was trying to like teach me and educate, like obviously like be that fatherly role, right? So he'd be open and vulnerable about him smoking weed. Also, my mom's not calling him a terrible person for smoking weed. Like, guys, let's get it together. But when you have 2 years after somebody committed suicide to sit here and question every interaction you had, every single thing they did, obviously my mom's like, maybe I should have paid more attention to. My mom never.
All right, so that's what Wesley had to say about this whole thing. Let me know what you guys think about all that. It definitely was a lot to cover, and I did go through some of these comments, and a lot of them are saying, like, hey, you need to stay in a child's place. I'm not sure how old she is, but despite whatever is going on, she should, like, just stay in her place, not add fuel to the fire. Um, like it's just a lot. And of course, that's the mom, like that's her mom, so she's gonna come out in defense of her mom. Um, but yeah, people are getting on her because she's calling him Steven instead of dad. Like I don't know where her blood father is at, but if that's your adopted dad, then that's dad now. But yeah, just a lot going on. It is unfortunate, and I'm sure more is gonna come out. And the mom did, Allison Hoker did very much imply that he was addicted to some kind of drugs. Um, yeah, so it is what it is. Drop your thoughts down below. Just a sad situation all around as being drugged back up after a couple years. And yeah, it's just unfortunate. But let me know what you guys think about it. If you want to check out another video, there's one right here for you guys. Catch y'all in the next one.